break down these 4 licks for you. And what I want you to do is I want you to understand a couple things before we dive in. My backtrack and everything's in the key of D flat, or you can think of it as blues in D flat, based on 7 chords. Here's my 1 chord, here's my 4 chord, back to my 1 chord, and then my 5 chord is here. So if you want to play along, 12-bar blues basically in D flat. Okay, so from that point on, I want you now to identify and understand that I'm playing a little bit in major and a little bit in the minor pentatonic scale. This is very common on the blues. If you don't know how to do it, I recommend researching that. This video is not about that. It's about diving into that and using that to our benefit. So the first lick that I'm doing is based out of what you might call, box 2. I call it box 2 in the major pentatonic. So right away I'm just going to go ahead and show you box 1. And then box 2 would be here. Okay? Starting here on the 9th fret, running up that scale pattern. So if you know that one, great. That's where we're going to be spending some of our time. That first lick is 9th fret B string, 11th fret B string, 9th fret high E string, and then that 11th fret high E string, up a whole step, and then landing here on my root note of D flat, which is the 9th fret of the high E string. So here's the lick. And it sounds really, really sweet. So that is one lick you can take to the bank. That's the way he starts off the song. Before the band even really kicks in, he goes. Now technically he plays a chord at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and just give you that note so that way we can kind of use that a little bit more universally. And that's the first lick I want you to know. Now it's going to sound the best if you're going for kind of a major pentatonic thing. It'll sound fine in minor pentatonic. That would be here. Here's box 1 minor pentatonic. Here's box 2. Again, it's not a video about all that stuff. If you can't follow along, make sure you go back to your research and come back to this. But in minor, it would sound like this. Doesn't sound as good. You kind of have to end it on a root, which would be back here. Right, so it can still work, but you just got to make sure you're landing it and being smart about where you're going. So to make this sound good, I could do this. Right, and it sounds fine. Right, so I can still do it in minor. Sorry for the little slip up there, but it's major. It's really meant for major, this lick. The next lick is this great little simple thing he does where he basically it does another major thing. He'll go from box 1, he'll go 6th fret on the D string, 8th fret on the D string, 6th fret on the G string, with his middle finger grabs the 8th fret of the G string, slides it up to the 10th fret, and with his first finger grabs the 9th fret of the B string. So he'll go. Play it at the same time. And again, I'm in box 1 here, and I make my way to box 2. So I'm calling those boxes. Some people call that 5, but I call it 1, and call that one 2. So I'm going from box 1 to box 2, landing in this classic little. You can always take that lick a half step down, slide it back up. And this sounds really great. Listen to this. So that's a great lick to take from B.B. King. Is this kind of simple box 1 to box 2, right there in that little using that as a double stop. Sounds really great. The other lick I really like, I don't know if I demonstrated this in the actual intro of this, but I really love this lick, and it makes a use of combination of the major and the minor together. So if you don't know that, again, do your research. I'm just going to show you the amazing sounding lick that he gets out of here. He's doing 9th fret high E string, 12th fret B string, 9th fret B string, 11th fret G string, 9th fret B string, 9th fret G string, and 10th fret G string. So all together you get this. Okay. You can always do a little hammer on there to the 10th fret. And here's what that sounds like with the backtrack. One more time. There we go. So it's going to sound a lot better going back into the 1 chord, as you could hear, because that right there comes out of my third of the 1 chord. So make sure you're running that back into the 1 chord if you're playing against a backtrack. It sounds really great because we're playing minor pentatonic. I'm sorry, the whole way. And that last note gives you a little surprise. It gives you this major feel. Right, and that concept is actually in my book, 50 Blues Harp Licks for Guitar, with video demonstration. If you want to kind of get more into that stuff, you can check that out. It's a link below. All right, so let's move into the the final lick I wanted to show you here. And this actually makes use of box 4. We're way up here. Sorry. That guy right here. So he's doing a lot of cool stuff in box 4, which, by the way, the box, if you don't know, it looks like this. And that's, again, we're still in D flat major pentatonic. So he does this lick. And I like that, but that's not the one I wanted to show you. I like this one. That's the one I wanted to fish out for you today. So check this out. Here's kind of this whole little phrase, the way he does it more or less. So this part's fine. It sounds great. Right? I'm sliding into the 15th fret G string, 14th fret B string, 16th fret B string, back to the 15th fret G, and ending here on my root of the 14th fret. That sounds great. Take that as a bonus, but I think that one's pretty normal. I've seen that one before, but this thing here, that's really cool. It's from the 16th fret high E string to the 14th fret B string. So listen to it just by itself. I don't hear that very often. I really like it, and it works over pretty much anything. And that's just thinking box 4. Right? So take that concept, run with those 4 licks, and throw them into play. Here's what they sound like all together. If I kind of go, I'm just kind of really getting shuffle this in some different orders, but you'll get the idea.